What is up, you guys? It's Joelle and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very exciting video that has been somewhat requested. It's kind of a follow-up grown-up version of one of my most popular videos, funnily enough, here on YouTube, which is how to survive your first high school dance. And this is the evolved version, how to survive your first frat party. Ooh. For those of you guys who are just coming into college or maybe just didn't go out that much when you were in high school, which is totally good, you know, regardless of what people might try to make you feel. I just wanted to provide some helpful tips and information to ease your concerns or fears about what it's like in the Greek life scene in college. And obviously every college is going to be a little different. I go to Dartmouth, and that is a very heavily Greek influenced school. I think they say about like 60 to 80% of the student body normally participates in Greek life, which is abnormally large. So if you notice that I have an incredibly annoying and clickbaity title, such as how to survive a frat party from like a Dartmouth KAPPA, that is just me trying to establish some sort of credibility here on the internet, because how else am I supposed to do it, you know? But anyways, getting into Greek life, you're going to face a variety of perspectives on Greek life, people acknowledging how problematic it may be in a lot of ways, the exclusivity and the culture that it can perpetuate. And this is largely because frats are historically known for being dangerous, just with binge drinking, with sexual assault and all those things. This isn't to scare you, because I think it is very possible to have an amazing and safe time at these things. So that's kind of why I wanted to provide these tips for you guys on just really basic things of like how to look out for each other and that sort of thing, so you can have the best time possible out and about in college, but knowing that you're being safe and responsible at the same time. So as always, broke it down into 5 little tips, and this was supposed to be a episode of The Best Life, like a get ready with me, but I'm just trying to make it short, so that's why I'm just talking at you guys right now. But anyways, my first tip is that it all starts with mindset. So I think it is really important to just remember that frats are not everything. Even at a school like Dartmouth, where we don't have a huge social scene, you know, we don't have bars or clubs besides frats to go out to, getting into whatever frat party does not define you know, your social experience or your social worth in any way. So you just need to get that out of your head, because I think a lot of like the intimidation of like social clout or whatever can fog decision making. Whether you're a dude who's like maybe interested in rushing a frat, or a girl who is intimidated by older boys or something. I know this is a lot easier said than done, but try to take away all the pretenses you might have about what it means to be in a Greek space, and that you have your rights and you have your full autonomy, and that there are a lot of like social dynamics that you don't have to fall into, even if it feels like that's like the vibe or like the cultural thing to do. And my second tip, very practical, is to stay in groups and just stay aware of your surroundings. Particularly for you girls who are going to your first frat party, please go with friends. I know it's hard, maybe freshman orientation, you don't have the most solid group of friends, but just to go with a group of girls and like set the understanding like, hey, we're gonna look out for each other. And to just stay aware of your surroundings. That means not drinking too much, knowing your drinking limit before getting into an unfamiliar space, and going slow. Just be smart. Don't be like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have a crazy night, and neglect all your responsibilities. And along that vein, if you see anyone else who looks uncomfortable, and whether like an older guy or something is coming up to them and like doing things that girl is clearly not super okay with, but she doesn't know how to get away, it is so easy to just step in and be like, hey girl, like how you doing? Like let's go dance together this way. Or just being like, hey, like is everything okay? Like do you want to go somewhere else? And just checking in with each other. It's literally so easy. And it's really important as a bystander to be aware of your agency in situations like that. Similarly, if you're a dude, yeah, step in. Girls, don't leave girls to their own devices. You as a male in a male dominated social space have to acknowledge that you have some sort of upper hand where you're like, oh, like I'm a dude and there's a lot of dudes here. I should look out for the girls here out of respect of who they are as individuals, and just out of respect that they're just here to have a good time, and I shouldn't take advantage of that or let anyone else take advantage of the fact that they might be in the minority in that space. Third tip is also very practical but very simple. Just make your own drinks, and if someone else is making a drink for you in a frat, watch them make it, especially if you don't know them. My mom always told me this growing up, but when you're at a party and you have like an open container, to always watch it, because just on the off chance that someone could have bad intentions and try to spike your drink or whatever, you just want to stay clear of that. I don't want this to make anyone super paranoid or anything, but I think it's just a very simple thing to, you know, hold your drink. Once you get it, don't sit it down like for whatever amount of time and go back to it. Like, gross. And when you're holding it, don't just like leave it open. You can just hold it from the top so that no one can just like slide anything in there. Or if you're not drinking alcohol, that is totally okay and good. And like, I can enjoy a frat dance party completely sober and I have a great time. And if you want to be holding something and sipping on something, just bring, I remember in high school I'd bring like peace teas or like Arizona with me to parties if I didn't want to drink or anything, because also hashtag underage, it's illegal, let's not forget. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to just like have something to sip on as well while other people are drinking. And plus it tastes way better too anyways. My fourth tip is just that you can always say no. If anyone is ever approaching you and making you feel uncomfortable, whether they're like a brother there or not, you can say no in a variety of ways, but you always have permission to say no to whatever it is, whether it's dancing or whether someone's just like talking to you and you're like getting creepy vibes from them and you like want to get away to your friends. Honestly, you don't even really need to make up that much of an excuse. You can just be like, oh, I just gotta go. If you want strategic non-verbal ways of saying no, when someone tries dancing up on me and I'm like, get away from me, I will literally just stop, put my hands down, completely stop moving, and just turn and look at them. Give them like the stank face. And normally they should get the hint from that. If not, you can literally just start dancing away, and I've literally just been like, haha, no. And eventually like they tend to get the hint. If not, I'll just go up and dance with a group of friends. A great tip is if you're in a frat, like dancing or whatever, and there are elevated surfaces along like bleachers along the wall or like on top of the speakers even. Girls love elevated surfaces. That's like a running joke in my sorority, is that like you never need to worry when you're on an elevated surface that someone's gonna attempt to come up behind you and try dancing with you, you know, and risk falling off of said surface. Also, there's just way more open space for you to dance with your friends, and you can breathe a little bit because a lot of times they get really hot and stuffy and disgusting. So elevated surfaces are your friend. And also this goes both ways. If you are someone who's trying to make some sort of advance to someone and they have suggested in any way that they're not interested, that is your cue to be like, okay, I'm gonna go, because I just got rejected and I don't need to get rejected multiple times to you know, understand that. So highly recommend, if someone is giving you the slightest vibe, even if they're not verbally saying anything, that they don't want you to do what you're doing, then walk away, because otherwise you look like an idiot and a sexual predator. And my fifth tip to have fun at frat parties is just, like I said before, remember that frats aren't everything, and what you're going there for is really just to have your own good time with your friends, get a little dance on, you know, be safe and responsible, because that is how you're ultimately going to find the most enjoyment. Never go to a party and not enjoy it just for the sake of being seen there or something, because you are wasting your time, your friends' time, other people's time on something that you don't actually care about. So honestly, this isn't just for, you know, parties and whatever, but just in life, in college, like your time is limited. Devote it to things that you actually are going to get some sort of enjoyment or fulfillment out of, not because of what other people might think about you as a result of what you're doing. So yes, stay safe, enjoy life, enjoy college, find some alternative, maybe female-dominated social spaces as well, and yeah, just have a good time. I hope this was helpful for you guys as someone who is going into her senior year at a very Greek-dominated college. I hope this provide some sort of insight, and feel free as always to leave questions down below if there's something that I did not touch on. If you have not yet subscribed, I post a lot of college related videos, a lot of beauty related videos, all that fun stuff. Please be sure to do so and join the J team, where no one's a bench warmer, everyone's a playmaker. And if you'd like to see any more from my everyday life for whatever reason, all my social medias are linked down below and just thrown right here for your convenience. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.